got to be mindful of the time on my lunch break. And that last video took 11 minutes to record. I didn't think it was going to take that long. Alright, so the reason why I do a lot of these videos back to back is because I don't get a lot of time where I'm just to myself without noise going on in the background. What I would ultimately like to start doing is I'd like to record my videos in a bit more of the style of, say, Rodney Morris thermal hunting, or even Nathan Stewart from Edge of the Outback, something a bit more like that. So I'm out in the field and you get to watch how my night progressed, just trying to figure it out. And someone actually recommended to me, why don't you just film with your phone? And that would make a lot of sense too. So I'll give it a go. I'm going to try and get out later this week at the time of recording this, and I'll see how I go. I'll try and do some recording with the phone. It'll be a lot of under torchlight, so I'm not going to be able to record myself shooting, but that's why one of the benefits, I couldn't think of the word I'm looking for there. Advantages. One of the advantages of using a digital optic and being able to record. Alright, so moving on. This night that I got out, it was actually a much better night than the last night. So I was out on another nearby property, the same one that I actually got the pigs and that fox on in prior videos. And this time I was just out for just the usual pest control foxes. And I had 3 foxes this night, and I spent 3 rounds. And it was just a better night. I felt a lot more confident. I just took my time. And the way I sort of conducted it in my mind, because what happens is when I go out, I get buck fever on foxes. It's like, I don't want to miss that first shot. I don't want to miss any fox for that matter. But what I did this time was I just relaxed, tried to anyway, and sort of conducted myself as how I'd like to conduct a business if I start doing this professionally in the future. I just thought, I'm trying to provide a service to a customer, so it was important for me to just take my time, be patient, and give the best result I can. And I feel like that really works for me this night out. So I found drive into the first paddock, scanned around, didn't see anything immediately. And then I did a full 180, and I must have just driven over this fox or past it. I don't know. It just, again, appeared out of nowhere. I say again because I'm referring to the previous video that I've just recorded. So, just randomly a fox 180 degrees behind where I've just pulled in. So, at this point I'm in the tub of my ute. I just lean up on the roof with my tripod, take aim, and I wait for this vixen to pull up. And eventually she does, and at this point she's got her head down, but I don't usually like to put headshots on foxes. It's kind of like a me thing, respect for the animal. But in saying that too, if I am using a 22, that's my best shot placement. So headshots with the 22, 223, generally I like to go for the heart and lungs. It's also more about margin of error. So there's a larger margin of error on... I've got a bad habit of getting off topic. If you want to hear about that, the Meat Eater podcast talk about a sniper and how he always goes for headshots, but the reason why Stephen Ranella as a hunter goes for heart and lungs is you have a much larger margin for error. Anyway, so I'll get this vixen, and at first I don't. Usually what I do after I shoot a fox is I go recover it. I'll scan around in case anything else has come into the area while I'm whistling, and just to make sure there's nothing else before I stop and take my photos. So I didn't recover this vixen immediately because as I was scanning around, there was another fox behind me. So I'm trying to whistle it in. It's just not budging. So I decided to dismount from the ute and pursue it on foot. Never found this fox again. It just disappeared into neighbouring paddocks. I'm not entirely sure. Never saw it again. But as I was sort of making my way back towards the ute, I'd caught a glimpse on a fox, and I'm not sure of the range on this one, but he was quite a way away. I would say 300 meters if I was to have a guess. And I pulled my phone out with the vixen on heat core, and I thought, why not? Let's just give it a go. And this dog fox, he came running. He was keen. I had to whistle a little bit at first to get his attention because I was playing... Like the speaker on my phone is quite loud, and it seems to work really well at distance for pulling in foxes, as it has the last couple of times. So I whistled just to get this fox's attention. and then he's heard the vixen call, and he's come running in. And I reckon, I don't know the exact range, but he had to have come within 50 meters before I finally plugged him. Now, the shot on this guy, this same night, I've gone from using 80i world class Gameking rounds, and I've gone from using them because I ran out to using some Blitzking rounds. Now, both 55 grain. The impact that the Blitzking rounds had on this particular dog fox just sort of blew straight through his chest. I would have thought it would have dropped him immediately, but he's managed to have enough energy to turn and run, and he got maybe 20 meters away before he finally dropped. So that was a really good result with the vixen on heat call. Seems to be working quite well at the moment. And then to finish the night out, I was checking one last paddock, and I wasn't actually looking for a fox at this point. I was slowly making my way out of the property, and I'd seen this heat signature, and there were no other kangaroos in the area. There were cows. It's too small to be a cow, but from the way it was too big to be a roo. So I was thinking pig, but just the location, it really threw me off. So I got out of the ute, started making my way towards this heat signature, which turned out to be a kangaroo. But usually what I'll do is I'll walk in my head 50 feet, and then I'll stop, I'll take stand, scan around, make sure that the object that I'm moving towards is still there, and just see if anything else is coming into the field of view. When I've done this, as I've progressively gotten closer to this kangaroo, a fox had just appeared out of nowhere again, and it was making its way behind me. So the footage I got on this third and final fox from the evening was very short. Like, I'd retracted the bolt, thought to myself, hang on, press record on the scope. So I've no sooner cycled around, moved my crosshair onto the fox, and pulled the trigger, and she was down. So it's a really, really good night, especially after the night prior that I had. I felt a lot more confident. The result was 100%. 3 rounds, 3 foxes. It was just a much better night out. So I feel like I'm sort of falling back into my old habits. Last year, I'll be honest, I kind of went through a bit of a phase where I thought I was done with this. I thought I wasn't moving forward. I wasn't progressing. I thought to myself, I'm done. I'm done with this, with the content producing and stuff. But like, since getting back out this year, getting the thermal scope, it's something I really enjoy doing. And look, I hope that there's more opportunities for it in the future. I'm going to keep doing these videos, try and make them grow, change the way I do them, make them more enjoyable and more engaging. But right now, this is what you're going to get, because this is what I can produce, and I'm going to try and do the best I can at it. All right, I'm going to finish off this tub of noodles that I'm still eating for the past half an hour. But again, thanks for watching. Enjoy the footage, and you'll see me in the next one. Cheers.